Hi guys, in this video we are going to learn about the two properties of CSS, that is borders and backgrounds. First, let's discuss about CSS borders. The CSS border properties allow you to specify a border of HTML element. So like for defining the border of any HTML element, we need to use the border property. Okay, there are three different property through which we can define a border of any HTML element. First property is border width. This CSS property is used to set the width of border. We can set the size in pixel, pt, em, cm and inches, etc. And second property is border style. This property specifies what kind of border to display. Okay, we can use these value to set the border style. These values are dotted, dashed, solid, double and etc. Many values are there. And third properties for defining the border is border color. This property is used to set the color of four border. When we talk about the four border, it means border, top border and bottom and left and right border. We can set color by using color name and hex values and RGB functions. Okay, so here are the example of the above three properties: border width, border style and border color. So let's open our VS Code and do some practical things. First, create a new file. I'm going to create a new HTML file. The file name is borders underscore background. .html. Okay, and this is our boilerplate code. Change the title borders and backgrounds. Okay, and then come to our body section. So inside the body I am going to take one div, and inside div one h3 element, and then one p element. Okay, and repeat this two more time. Okay, and this is first para, and this is second para, and this is third para. And for paragraph I'm going to copy one dummy text here and paste for second and for third para also. Save our program and I'm going to open this in live server. Open with live server. Okay, first Okay, so this is our three div: first para, second para, and third para. These are the headings uh, of our div element. Okay, then to style these three divs, I'm going to define the class attribute and take the class name card. Okay, and give the same class to our all three divs. And for defining the style, inside the head section, I am going to define the style tag, and I'm going to use this class name card class name. Okay, and first I'm going to define the border. So our first property for defining the border is border width. Border border width. Okay, so width I'm going to take 5 pixel, and our second property for defining the border is border style. Yes, border style. So I'm going to take border style solid or dashed, you can take any border style. Okay, and border color. So here I have defined the border for all our three divs. Okay, and let's open our browser. Yes, we can see all divs surrounded by a 5 pixel border, and I'm going to take the BR between the divs. To separate our divs. Okay, now it looks fine. So we have taken the three divs and we defined the border for our three divs by using these three property. Or we can define the border by using this shorthand property also. Okay, so this is the shorthand property to define the border, and usually generally we use this property always, this shorthand property to define border. Okay, so for first I am commenting these CSS. So after comment, we can see now the border are gone, and now I am going to define the border by using the shorthand property. Border, first we need to give the border width 5 pixel, and second one border style solid, and then we need to define the border color red. Okay, and save this and just open our browser. So same result. Okay, so this is the way how we can define the border for any HTML element. And next property is border radius. This property is used to add rounded borders to an element. Okay, so here we can see like on the corners all our dips having the sharp corners. Okay, and suppose if we want to make the corners round, then we need to use the border radius property. Border radius we can set 10 pixel, and save this and open. Now we can see now the borders are rounded. Okay, so this is the border radius property. And move to the next, backgrounds, CSS backgrounds. The CSS background properties are used to add background effect for element. These are the properties to set the background in CSS. Okay, so there are many properties to style the background of our web page. Like we can change the color of our web page, background color of our web page, by using the background color property. This property specifies the background color of an element. Okay, so like this we need to take the background property and then give the value for that property. So here I want to just give the background of our all three divs, one a background color for our divs. So this is the background color property, and I am going to take azure color. Save this changes, and then we can see now the background color is set to azure. And second property, background image. So instead of setting the color, we can also set any image in the background of our div or our whole web page. Okay, so this is the background image. The background image property specify an image to use as the background of an element. So we can use any image as a background of any HTML element. By default the image is repeated, so it's cover the entire element. So this is the background image property. So suppose here, not for these divs, I want to set a image for the whole web page. Okay, so for selecting whole web page, what we need to select here, which tag we need to select here. Okay, our parent or our main tag. So body is the parent tag here of our web page. So I'm going to take the here element name body. Okay, so when we define any style to the body element, it means it will reflect to our whole browser. Here background image, and URL. So I want to go inside the images folder, not this. Inside the images folder we have avatar.png. Okay, we can check, like inside the images folder we have avatar.png, and the dimension of this png image is 225 multiply 225. Okay, 225 pixel, so it is a small image. And save our program, and let's open the browser. Here we can see in the background our image is repeated. Okay, on the x-axis and on the y-axis also. So this is the default things. If the image is very small, then it will repeat and just cover the whole browse. whole browser. Okay, so this is the default functionality. By default the image is repeated, so it's covered the entire element. Okay, and go to the next slide. Background repeat. By default the background image property repeat an image both horizontally and vertically. To repeat an image horizontally and vertically, use this CSS property. So suppose here we want to repeat the image only on the x-axis or only on the y-axis. So for this we have one property, background repeat property. Okay, and we have three values: repeat x, repeat y, and no repeat. Background repeat, repeat x. First take this value repeat x, and okay, so we can see the image is repeat only on the x-axis. Okay, not on the y-axis. And our second value is repeat y. Then we can see now the image is repeating on the y-axis only. And if we take this property no repeat, then the image is not repeated, only single time it appearing on our web browser. Okay, background position. This property is used to specify the position of the background image. Okay, so here we can see by default the image is always appearing on the top left corner. Suppose we want to set this image on the bottom left corner or bottom right corner or center, anywhere in the page. So what we need to use for this? We need to use the background position property. Okay, and the value of background position property is left top or left bottom. We can take anyone. So let's use this background position property. Background position, currently it is on top left, so bottom left. Here we can see it is on the bottom left because our content is not covering the whole web browser. That's why the image is not showing at the bottom of our web browser. For this we can increase our content. So let's repeat these dips. Fourth para and fifth. Or don't repeat this, we can do one more thing. We just need to increase the content of this paragraph. Okay, then save, and here we can see I think our image is behind this fourth para. Okay, so I'm doing one thing. I am just commenting this background color property here. Now we can see the image is just on the bottom left corner of our web page. In the same way we can set the other side also, like bottom right. Okay, here. So this is the background position property, and our next property is background attachment. So here we can see, like when we scrolling our web page, our background image is also scrolling. Okay, and suppose we don't want this, we want to fix it at the place where we have set it. So for this we need to use background attachment property. The value of the background attachment properties are fixed and scroll. Okay, so if this background attachment suppose first I am taking the fixed. So you can see now when we scroll our browser, the background image is not, it is stable. Okay, it is fixed on the bottom, it is not scrolling. So this is the fixed, and for the other, and by default it is scroll. Okay, so this is the default value, so it is scrollable. So this is the background attachment property. Yes friends, so this is all about the borders and background. Thanks for watching this video.